So welcome to this home lab. In this home lab, we'll be using Active Directory. So basically, what we are trying to do is we are trying to simulate an enterprise environment using Active Directory. We are going to be using Windows Server 2022, and then we'll install Active Directory on it. And then we'll have our Windows computer, which would be a Windows 11, and then we'll add it on. And we'll just try to do some basic management stuff, just as it would be in like a help desk kind of thing. So yeah, let's get to it. Okay, so welcome to the lab. So in this Active Directory home lab, um, so what we are going to be doing is I try to make them all. I try to to name them or to make it like in the structure, but I don't know if I'll follow this, but we'll see. So the first thing that we'll use is we need a virtualizer. We need something that will run um, like a virtual machine on. And for the hypervisor, we could, I'll use VMware, um, but you could use VirtualBox if you want to. It's just I've used VirtualBox for so long, I decided to just use something different. So let's say you just click on this link. I'll put this in the comments as well, and then you can download VMware. So yeah, I think this is what we will need. We need the VMware Station Pro. So you can click on this. So you need to create an account with them. I already have it downloaded, so I don't. I mean, I already have an account, so but you need to create an account, and then it will let you download it. So you could go this route, but if you don't want to go that route, you can just you can just get VirtualBox. It's way easier to install to download than this one. But yeah, whatever works for you. So I'll just open up VirtualBox. I think I have it, not VirtualBox, sorry, VMware. So download it and then just pause the video. When you're done, you can get back to this and then we can start. So we'll start the process. First thing, we have to install our hypervisor, which would be this step. It's already installed. So second step would be for us to install the Windows Server 2022. And the way you do it is you could just click on add a new virtual machine. And then we can install. So I choose, I mean, you have the option between typical and custom, but then I'll just go next. Yep, that's okay. We can go next. So it is a Microsoft Windows thing. We can choose here what we want. So I'll do Windows Server 2022 and we can go next. That's fine. Yeah. So they have a store virtual disk as a single file or split virtual disk into multiple files. I don't think, I mean, it depends on what you want to do. So for me, it doesn't really matter anyway. It's just a lab. So I just store them all in one. And then I just hit finish. And then it should create Windows Server 2022 right here. We are not done. So we have to load up the operating system. And the way we do that is we go to, is it this one? Yes, I guess. And then we click on that. And then we can choose to use an ISO image. So this is assuming that you have downloaded the Windows 11 and no, not the Windows 11, sorry, the Windows 2022 server. So we'll go browse to where the file is. I think I have it somewhere on my desktop, but okay, so in here would be this one. And then you can just hit OK. And yeah, and then you can just put on the virtual machine and then let it power up. At some point, it will ask you to press any key, so press any key. And then we'll let it load up. press any key except the power button. There's this joke where they were like, press any key, and then someone press any button, and then someone pressed the power button. And I know most of you have seen that. So just go to install, and then we'll wait for the setup to go through. So yeah, you could choose what you want. I mean, usually I go for the 2022, the data center evaluation. This is what I usually go for. So you know, you have a desktop experience. I don't think I've used this one before, but yeah, choose this. Let's go next. Go next. Oh, what did I do? Oh, sorry. Fast hands. Go next. Accept. Next. Custom install. Next. And then we just let it do its thing, and it should install. So I'll fast forward through this, and then I'll be back when it's done. Okay, so that's all done. We can create a password for us. I'm just gonna name mine. Set again. And then re-enter the password that you create. And finish. And then let it do its thing. Okay. So, wow. Why is that so slow? Yep, so we can go in and sign in. You can click on this, and then you can put in the password to sign into your server. And that's it. You just installed Windows 2022 server. So just give it a while for it to settle down. And then let's see what happens. Okay. So it's almost here. Yeah, you can just do no or whatever you prefer. It's up to you. So this is our server, right? So this is what we have as our server. And on this server, we could then install Active Directory, and then we can try to use it now. So let me just check the list of what we have to do. So we've done one, and we've done this. For this, I already have this installed. You can do that. We've installed the Windows Server VM. So we'll just rename our Windows Server to WinDC 2022. That's what we'll do now. So you can go to the local server here. As you can see, the name is some weird name that it installed with, but we can click on this, and then we can click on change, and we can just change the name to WinDC, because it's our domain controller 2022. I can hit OK. It's pretty hot now. I'm in Hamilton, Ontario. I don't know how the weather is like where you are, but I'm so glad that the winter is getting done. So you can restart. We could restart. I think we can do this later. I don't want us to do this now, but because we have to do other things, yeah, we can. You know what? That's okay. We can just restart now. The other things that we have to do will not affect. I don't think we need to restart the computer to have them affected. But when you rename a Windows server, if you don't restart it, it doesn't get the new name. So we'll just do that. So yeah, let's just go back and log in and put the password. Yeah. So we changed the computer name. Next thing would be for us to give the DNS server a static IP address, and then give the DHCP server the same static IP address. So I should have worded this properly. So we'll use, so instead of using DHCP, right, where you get handed IP addresses, what we'll use is we'll assign an IP address. So we'll assign an IP address for us, and then we'll make it static, and then we'll make that IP address, the IP address that we give for our system, we will make it the DNS. I think I should change how this is worded. This doesn't sound. Let's see. It should be give the server a static IP address. That's what we want to do. And give the DNS server the same static IP address. So we will not be using DHCP, we'll be having it done manually by us. So let's get that done. So the way I like to do it is I like to go to the command prompt and then get the IP address that's currently in here. So we'll just do ipconfig. We'll just do /all. What? /ak? No. /all. So I want to give our server the static IP address. This will make sense when we try to connect, the Windows computer. The role of DNS is, it's, you convert human readable names into IP addresses. So it'll be easy for our Windows computer to find, the Windows server. It'll make sense as we go on. So in here, we can see our IPv4 address would be 192.168.140 and 128. So we'll not use DHCP, we'll just give it this one. So let's go to the local server. So you see here, it's assigned, our IPv4 address is assigned by DHCP, right? So we'll change this. We don't want DHCP to assign it for us. We want to make sure that we do it on our own, and we assign it on our own, because we don't want, this is the domain controller. We don't want the IP address of this machine changing, because if it keeps changing, then every other system that depends on it will have trouble finding it, and you'll understand as we go forward. I'm just trying. I might be getting ahead of myself here. So we will find IPv4. So first, let's turn this off. I don't think we need IPv6 anyway. Do we? I don't think so. No, we don't. So we can just uncheck this. And then we'll go IPv4. So use the following address. What was it again? Was it? And what? Oh, what did I do? So it's 192.168.140. 192.168.140. 128. Subnet max, of course, 255. Default gateway would be the default gateway. We can find it here. So it's 192.168.2. Okay. So it's 192.168.140.2. Basically, this is our router, right? It's where we go to if we want to get out of the network. For the DNS server, so we'll make ourselves the DNS server. So we'll put the same thing, 192.168.140.128. So we want, every computer on our network to reach out to us for domain names and things like that. We want to be the DNS server because we are the domain controller, right? So for an alternate address, you could use, I can use Google. I just like to use Google's 8.8.8 or 4.4.4, whatever you're into. You can hit this if you like, validate, okay, and hit okay. Let's see if it likes it. Hope it does. I mean, I still see we have a connection here, so that's a good sign. Looking for name resolution. I don't think there's any issues anyway. This would have gone bad, but yeah, you can just cancel that. That's fine. And that's it. We are done with this. And then we have to move on to the next thing. So I'll just do this too. In here, we have, yep, Windows Firewall is on. And yep, Windows Update 2 is on. You can turn this off if you don't want to. I just leave it on, let them download the security patches. So remote desktop and remote management. If you want to, to go in here to remotely manage this Windows server, let's say maybe you are not in the office, right? And then you're at home, you could go in here and then you could, allow it so you could get in and configure it even when you are not physically in the office, or you can maybe be at home with your computer and then you can then log in and do stuff. So, and you could also do controls, maybe if it's just, if it's you and another group, I would hope it's just you as the administrator. But yeah, you could also make controls here, so that's fine. I'll just allow it, and then that's okay. You can hit refresh, and now you see that we are no longer using DHCP. So we have a static IP address now. And then no, this was disabled, now it's enabled, so we can then remote into this. And that's it. That's all for now. That's all for this part. So what's next? Let's see. So yeah, the fun part, we get to install Active Directory. Not the fun part, the semi-fun part. We get to install Active Directory, and then we make the domain controller, and then we make the server the domain controller. So let's just get that done. So to install Active Directory, you go to Tools. Did you click? Yes? No? I think so. Oh, yeah, go to Tools. And in here, you could also install, oh, sorry, not Tools. We go to Add Role and Manage, and then Add Roles and Features. I'm sorry. So you go to Manage and then Add Roles and Features. I was like, why am I not seeing this? So yeah. So you can do it in here in Manage. And also, if you go to your dashboard, there's a section where you can do it in here too as well. You can also add roles and features in here. Same thing. So just hit Next. Just hit Next. Just hit Next. So this is Active Directory, Domain Services. We want this one. We can add features. I think that's it. Usually we could, we don't need Windows IS, Active Directory. Yep, that's it. That's all we need. And then we can go next. So make sure that this is checked, because group policy management is very important as well. Just make sure that this is checked. If it's not, usually it is by default, but if it's not, just check this. And just hit next, next. Restart the destination server. So yeah, you can check this. You can restart the whole thing when I should install when it's necessary. Yep, that's it. It will go in and then it will install Active Directory. So it's installing Active Directory domain services. It's installing group policy management and a couple of other tools as well. And yep, and I'll let this go on and then I'll be back when it's complete. I'm not sure I should stick around. Maybe I should stick around and let it go forward. Where are you watching from? Just let me know in the comments. I would like to interact with a lot of you guys. Oh, it's going fast. That's nice. Oh, let's see if this goes. Mm, 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 mm. Isn't it amazing that we have opportunities like this to install enterprise stuff locally at home and try to work on it? I mean, that's amazing. It is amazing. Okay, so we have it's complete. Yeah, you can close this. Let's minimize this. So it's installed, but then the computer, this virtual machine is not yet a domain controller. So usually we have to make it a domain controller. So we can you hit on the I, this little warning sign, and then click on promote this server to a domain controller. So now what we are doing is add a domain controller to an existing domain. If you have one, I mean, we are going all new. I'll go with Afrotech zone.local. So because it's just a test environment, I don't have an actual domain, I'll just go with .local. It works. So I'll just put a password in this. Just using the same password I use for the server virtual machine anyway. I don't think you need that. So just hit next. Let it do its thing. And yep, so this will be the name. Hit next. Hit next. Hit next. Let's go. Prerequisites check. Let's go. Yeah, so everything passed. That's good. And then we can just install this. And then it'll install. And that's it, I think. So what else do we have to do? Let me see. Yeah, so for part one, that's it. That's all we have to do for part one. And then for part two, I think we'll have to create some organizational units and stuff. So this will be part two. Okay. So yep, that's part one. And let's see. It's doing stuff. So part one is pretty much done. In part two, we'll be doing I think, organizational units. We'll get into organizational units. We'll be creating users. It'll be fun. We will simulate a real world environment, how it's done when you have users in the company. So yeah, it has to restart as well. So it should do a restart after a while. Yep, and that's it. So we'll let it do a restart and then we should be good. Okay, so it rebooted. So we'll just go in and log in. No, let's restart this. I mistakenly paused it. So let's log in. So as you can see, um, you have, the name slash administrator now. And then we could, you see, it's got the name of the domain that we created. So I'll just log in to this. And we'll just explore what's new before we move on to the next section. Okay, so we have our server manager. So now when we go to tools, you can see that you have Active Directory and a list of things added. You have group policy as well, Active Directory stuff, Active Directory module PowerShell, and we'll get to PowerShell I think in the next section. But yeah, that's it, and that's how you install Active Directory. That's how you install your Windows Server VM. And yeah, see you guys in the next one.